Ready for action are the Suns. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Opening night and time to check out the starting lineups to the tip-off of the new season. First for Denver, Austin out there with Terrence Ross. Then there's Gallinari, and it's Fareed in at the 4 spot. And for Phoenix, Bledsoe is out there with J.R. Smith. And out of Duke University, they've got Miles Plumlee, a 7-footer with a 40-inch vertical, patrolling the middle. Then it's Johnson, and it's Morris in at the power forward.
Hello YouTube, this is the Sim Basketball Operator bringing NBA 2K14 Nuggets Association gameplay, and here's episode 23, opening day of 2015-2016 season 3 in my association, and things are looking pretty good. You know, this team plays pretty smoothly. However, the Suns have changed quite a bit compared to the original team. They still have Eric Bledsoe, they still have Goran Dragic, but they got J.R. Smith at the shooting guard spot. They recently drafted Stanley Johnson out of the University of Arizona. So it's an interesting team, nice mix of athleticism and skill, and as well as some three-point shooting as well. Here we go though, getting them a little bit of our three-point shooting, kicking out to Ryan Anderson for the three-pointer. And then right here we're looking to go into Joel Embiid. They gamble on the steal, and Embiid makes them pay, showing great control to take it up strong for the and one. And right here is commanding attention in the post. However, I make a dumb mistake trying to pass it across the key, and the Suns are out in transition as James Young, the now second-year player out of the University of Kentucky, getting the beautiful and one dunk. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. We are down by 3 points, 24-21. Our defense is holding it together. Our offense is still trying to gel, trying to find who we want. And Zach LaVine there, though, making a rookie mistake. He's my top 10 pick out of UCLA. And he's actually in the 2014 draft, but in this association, he's in the 2015 draft. As you can see, he's making the turnover here. And then now, he's giving it to Ty Lawson there for the and one. Lawson creating something out of nothing with that basket right there. And then right here though, Miles Plumlee, get that out of here. Omer Ashik played a tremendous game today, as you'll see later on in the video. And that leads to this wide open Ryan Anderson 3 again, and he buries it. So things looking pretty good. We're going on a slight run here. And I don't know how Plumlee made that basket, but he did. Incredible touch on the reverse lay-in. But here we go, 5-point lead up to Gallinari on the break, taking it strong against the rookie Stanley Johnson, getting the and one, and ooh, Johnson showing a little bit of aggression right there. But then moving on, Stanley Johnson can't get that jumper to go. It's not quite that consistent yet. We're on the break, giving it up to Joel Embiid, who baptizes Archie Goodwin. What a play. No replay, however, that was kind of strange. But then look at this. The Suns commit a boneheaded move. Ty Lawson picks up the loose ball. And now we have the opportunity to close out with an even bigger lead. It's a 10-point game. Giving it to Gallinari. Don't like what I see. Working it back around the perimeter, because he's going to run him under 3 more screens. He's going to spring open, and he's going to bury the 3. What a sequence of events. A 6-point swing, giving us a 13-point lead going into the break. An impressive play from pretty much everybody, because our defense has held them to 39 points, which is quite an accomplishment. And as you can see, they're also held to 42% from the field, so that's very nice as well. On our side, we're shooting a decent percentage of 53, and so let's see if we can keep this going so we can start the season strong. Right here, I'm working the ball into the post. Gallinari's got 4 inches on Johnson. He's going to take advantage here, going up strong with the left hand, getting the and one to go. But the Suns weren't ready to go away quite yet. Terrence Ross is going to miss this wide open look at the 3. And then we're going to run up the break. J.R. Smith to Eric Bledsoe, who gets up on that play. Pretty much just jumped from one side of the key and ended up on the other as he gets up nearly 43 inches in the air. He is just one heck of a player, and at this point in his career, he's a very developed player as well, which makes him quite scary, and also more reason why the Suns in real life should try to retain him in the off season. But after a nice block by Gallinari, Ty Lawson's going to spring free for the three, and our lead is now up to 18. Make that 20 after the nice Gallinari drive. So now we're on a huge run. We're up by 20. This game looks to be a little bit out of the hands of the Phoenix Suns on their own home court. However, Miles Plumlee with a nice slam dunk after dribble penetration draws the defense in, and that's something that this team struggles with just a little bit, especially at the point guard position. The only defender I'm really confident in after this game is Corey Joseph, because he's a little bit bigger, he's a little more physical, but everyone else needs to be pushed around quite easily. But Joel Embiid had his way with Miles Plumlee. Look at that move, quick spin, and his footwork is just even better than it was last year, which is amazing. Nice floater there by Mbah Amute is going to bring the lead down to 13, so I'm going to call a timeout. Our offense tends to go on these dry spurts sometimes, mainly because we don't have that featured guy yet who can just chuck the ball to and get points. I usually look to Gallinari for that, but sometimes, you know, he has a tendency to get tired easily, and that doesn't work in our favor that well. Nice drive by Goran Dragic to bring the lead down to 11, so about cutting it in half from what it was before. It was a 20-point lead before, now that's kind of shrunk a little bit. And the Suns kind of wanted to come out in the fourth quarter and send a message. Look at them giving it to Johnson. Poor closeout by me. Leads to the easy layup, uncontested at the rim. And then Bledsoe here is going to try to manipulate the screen. He's going to drive. I help one pass away. J.R. Smith springs open and hits the three. J.R. Smith's just going to do what J.R. Smith does. So in this game, he was hoisting shots, missing shots, but he was also making some. And he didn't have too much of a effect on the game outside of that. He actually kind of more turned up in this fourth quarter. But here we go. I don't know why we were sagging off so much. You can't really sag off an NBA wing player that much, even if it is a rookie whose jump shot is a little bit broken, but not too much. But one of the problems with the Suns was that I think that 2K needs to back off of this automatic if they're up by double digits to go into full court press mode, because it really worked in our favor. As you can see, Gallinari getting the very long two with the foot on the line right there. And then with 4 minutes left, they're still not able to make headway because every time they make a basket, it leads to easy baskets on our end. And then we had the ability to create plays like this. So Ty Lawson taking it strong, left-handed finger roll. Probably should have been blocked, but got lucky there. And then now here we go. Terrence Ross, poor turnover, poor decision. And J.R. Smith's going to get a transition dunk. So heads up play from Stanley Johnson. And the Suns are still trying to eke their way back into this game, but this team showed the resilience to get baskets when we needed to. Be patient on offense. We're working it to Embiid again. He's going to do the same exact move I had showed earlier, and Miles Plumlee still hasn't learned his lesson. So nice and one there by Markieff Morris. Late, and but it was not to the didn't do anything after that. The game was over. We get out of here with a 12-point victory. What's more important is that on 12-minute quarters, Hall of Fame simulation sliders, I was able to hold a team to 86 points, which is a personal accomplishment for me. I wouldn't get too used to it though, because on 2K people tend to score more than they do in real life. So J.R. Smith, 20 points on 17 shots, I can live with that, especially 1 of 7 from deep. Eric Bledsoe, not too big of an impact, 14 points, 5 assists. Miles Plumlee had 12 points on 15 shots. Don't know how he got so many shots up. And Stanley Johnson had 9. On our side, Embiid and Gallinari led us with 19. Anderson with 12. Lawson with 11, and Ross with 10. And then Omer Asik, 12 rebounds, in 18 minutes. Love to see it. Also 4 blocks. So in my eyes, he was our MVP, even though he only scored 2 points, only took 2 shots. But that's just what Asik brings, and he's just such a nice compliment to Embiid off the bench. I've actually never experimented with playing both of them at the same time, mainly because centers tire out really easily, and so I don't want to, overplay one of them and then be forced to play without a shot blocker, because if they're both in the game, that's my defensive lineup, and nothing comes easy in the paint with those guys. So field goal percentage wise, the main culprits were Terrence Ross of 3 and 11 shooting, and Aaron Aflalo with a 0 of 8 shooting. Aflalo is getting used to the release, and Terrence Ross is still a young guy. So fortunately we were able to get out with a victory. It wasn't a perfect victory, but it was a nice strong start nonetheless. And as you can see, the plus minus stats going through the big 3. Well, they're not really that big of a 3 yet, but I call them the big 3 because that's what everyone likes to use these days with Gallinari. Embiid and Ty Lawson leading us in the plus-minus stats. And overall, outscored them. We shot a little bit better from the field, made the most of the second chance. The assists were not that high, but again, not a perfect victory, but a great start. So this is the Sim Basketball Operator. Thanks for watching the video. Please be sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys all next time.